Hi guys, thank you for clicking on my channel. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to get to 500 followers. Please help me do so. Like, comment, share the video. I'm going to get straight into this because this nonsense of where is Kate is never ending. And I just am of the view that you should just leave her alone. Anyway, it's happened, hasn't it? So after all that bloody controversy, she apologized. And then there was a statement released to a newspaper, or at least some indication, I don't know how it was released, but some information that she may or is going to reveal some information about her surgery when she's back in the public domain after Easter. And again, people were criticizing that. So she apologizes, people criticize. There's then some information that she might talk about her surgery, and then there's some criticism that's not enough, that's not being transparent, blah, 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 blah. And I think this is all nonsense considering the fact that she has said, I won't be back until after Easter. So I think it's just nonsense that people are demanding all this information. Anyway, we then get this demand that they should produce the unedited photo, and this demand that she should come on camera and basically say, hi, thank you all for well wishes, I'm here, don't worry, which is just such nonsense. It's almost like people were demanding a proof of life, and I just thought it was absolutely ridiculous. I thought, no way should she have to do that. Well, then we had news from the Sun newspaper, which is that she was spotted with William at a farm of some sort. Then, you know what? I saw Piers Morgan's show the other day, I think it was yesterday, and I was really, really disappointed because most of the people on his panel were, I mean, don't get me started on the TMZ guy that was like, this, I'm paraphrasing, but basically was just so over the top. Oh, I don't trust, this is lost trust in the royal family, like their image is being tarnished by this. And I'm paraphrasing, but these weren't his exact words, but he was very animated and irate about how this makes the royal family stand. And I hate the fact that people are like, oh, the royal family are in chaos, you can't trust what comes out of them. It's just really, it's almost like people were under a rock and they just couldn't wait for Kate and William to do something wrong, and then they did some slight thing that really doesn't even matter, a bloody adopted photo, and then all of a sudden people are like, oh, the royal family. This is what the TMZ guy said, that people in America are shifting to start to believe that perhaps what Harry and Meghan were saying is true. And you're like, get over yourselves. God. And I was really disappointed by this guy that had a Free Kate t-shirt, and he was basically saying he's selling this t-shirt for like $20 and it's for his own benefit, for his own money. And like the money would go to him. And I was so disappointed because he is always like really wokey, really liberal, really lefty. And he is a vehement supporter of Harry and Meghan. And I just thought it was so unfair that he didn't believe that Kate was being hounded by the press about this, which is ridiculous. Obviously, she is. And the fact that he was wearing this silly t-shirt that said Free Kate and he was selling it and making money, making a mockery out of all of it, I just thought was so bad, considering he was like, supporting Harry and Meghan and how Meghan's been handled by the press and he doesn't believe Kate is. I was really surprised that he wasn't like, this needs to stop. And then there was a lady on the show, a lawyer, and I was really disappointed in her as well, because considering that she is also a Meghan supporter, and she always talks about Meghan being hounded by the press and how the royal family didn't protect her and let her down, and we let her down and all this crap. I just thought it was so unfair that she wasn't there to defend Kate, and to say that, that she should be left alone, particularly when Piers said that apparently it's a woman's issue and there were some complications, and so she had to kind of had more surgery, or whatever it was he was saying. But I just find it really unfair that women are not supporting another woman. And when Piers Morgan was trying to set out all the stress that she's under, like for example, the Prince Philip dying and the Queen dying and her husband and her being elevated in terms of their hierarchy and him being the next heir to the throne, her being Princess of Wales, and then the stuff that came out in Spare and the stuff that came out with the Omid Scobie book and accusing Kate of being a racist or having unconscious bias or being involved in the conversation about Archie's race and his skin color and all this kind of stress that she would be under, and it just like wasn't accepted. And I just thought, what is going on here? And like that I really would have expected that woman to say, like, she was on the panel with two other men and Piers Morgan obviously being a man, and we're talking about a woman and how Kate is being hounded by the press and she's being bullied and people are demanding her to show her face even though she's had surgery that apparently relates to women's issues, and despite her having three young children and despite her dropping her kids to school all the time, so she has been seen, she was like, well, where's the pictures? Are you telling me that there's no witness of her being at the farm? No witness has come forward. And then even the guy with a Free Kate t-shirt, oh, everyone's got an iPhone. And are you telling me that no one's taken any evidence of this them being at a farm? And oh, it's so convenient. And even the woman was like, yeah, the timing of it. And I just thought, how are you, particularly when you two are so supportive of Meghan and what she went through and her mental health, how are you not, particularly this woman that was on the panel, how are you not supportive of her and saying, you know what, everyone, you need to give her a breather, give her space, she will be back, and then we can ask questions. Like, I just thought it was so out of order. And if it's a female issue and a female surgery, no one needs to justify anything. Meghan had her space when she tragically lost her unborn baby. And then she had the space and the time when she wanted to release the fact that she had a miscarriage to, I think it was the New York Times. She had her space. She had her people had compassion and empathy. She could have her privacy. No one knew about it. No one knew that Harry had buried the fetus. No one knew nothing until she was ready to come out in her own time and release an article with New York Times that she wrote. And she's had her space. She's had understanding. And I think she was in a lawsuit at that time, or maybe with Lily. And she asked for there to be an adjournment, I think, of 9 months, which was like the most obvious figure that you could ever put. And she, the judge at the time had warned all the press, all the media, had warned the defendants at the time, not to release the reasons why she was asking for such an adjournment, which was obviously because she was pregnant. And everyone respected that. So I just don't understand, as another woman and as a Meghan supporter, that you wouldn't be like, okay, this is what I don't find, even with the guy who was a Meghan supporter, all these Meghan supporters, and I've seen a lot of them on a lot of these shows that are on YouTube, and they come out to speak about Kate and about this issue, and they've come out guns blazing. And I'm, oh, well, if it was good for Meghan, then it's good for Kate. And it's almost like, excuse me, are you not, what are you? Are you a compassionate person who believes in equality, who believes in, whatever you believe in, women's rights, feminism, whatever it is? So if you're going to support Meghan and going to empathize with what she went through and vehemently support her and argue about the press and argue about bullying and hounding and social media and privacy and compassion, then why would you not apply that when it happens to Kate? I don't understand these women, and anyone really, that comes forward and starts attacking Kate and saying, well, it happened. Well, now we know what happened to Meghan. Oh, well, maybe Meghan was right. So, well, hang on a second. Excuse me. I'm really confused as to why people are not saying, give this woman some space. You don't know what is going on. And the fact that she has been reported to be taking her children to school, I mean, says it all. All these bloody conspiracy theories that she's passed away and all this nonsense. There was also a article or some sort of notification from Russian media to say that King Charles III had passed away, Now, that is horrendous. And obviously, the palace immediately said, no, Charles is still alive. And I think, and you know, this statement is not true. And I think it was releasing saying that he had some sort of complication with cancer treatment or something like that. I don't understand how that can happen. I don't understand how someone can release news like that. And you know, who has done that? I don't even understand who had done that. Who's going to be held account for that? Because that is like a diplomatic piece of news. I mean, that's like a worldwide, there's a protocol, there's a process to release that kind of news. So who did that? And are there going to be any repercussions for that sort of thing? But I really hate the fact that people are linking this to Kate and linking this to that Photoshop fail and saying like, look, you know, this has now ruined the royal family's reputation. People are making a mockery. It's really unfair. So anyway, as you can see from this article, she has been spotted at the farm, and all those people that were going off yesterday on the Piers Morgan show asking for evidence, asking for proof, which I think was so unnecessary, and I would have been happy with nothing really. But here we are now. It looks as though, yes, there was someone with a phone, and yes, it's now been leaked, and yes, it has been posted. There you see Kate and you see William. Now, it never stops. Okay, you think that that would resolve things? No, 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 no. You know, you had people on the panel saying, "Where's the evidence? Where's the phones? Where's the fruit? Where's the proof? Where's the photo?" No, here it is, but that still doesn't stop people. I've already seen videos on YouTube of people saying, "Oh, this raises so much more questions." And people say that they don't believe that this is a recent video because there's Christmas decorations. People, that there was a body language expert already on this video. I mean, absolute nonsense. And if you can look, this is the stuff they're talking about here on the roof of these, look at these sort of barn things where people are sitting in. I'm guessing they're like tables inside and people sit and eat. So people are saying that these are Christmas decorations. So this is an old video. Obviously, this is not Christmas decorations. These are, because you have, you know, it's a farm and people are sitting, eating and drinking. And so you basically have that rustic feel, don't you? So when it gets a bit dark, and obviously in the winter, it gets dark quite early around here, like sort of 4 o'clock in the afternoon. These are those sort of little lights. And then I'm guessing these are sort of just rustic kind of greenery. So to suggest that they are Christmas decorations is absolute nonsense. And even if they are Christmas decorations, I bloody took some of my Christmas decorations down like 3 weeks ago. You know, I still had bloody holly or something. Oh, anyway. But just to think that like this would be released by a journalist with good sources allegedly, and just to think that they would just straight up lie is ridiculous. So I believe the Sun newspaper is actually one of the people that was saying leave Kate alone. So thank you for that. And as you can see, she looks happy, she looks healthy. There's been some criticism, oh, where's the security? This is fake. Well, it's obviously not fake because they're walking. So if there's no security, there's no security. Like, you know, I think I've seen a video of William riding a bike with his family around the Windsor estate or somewhere, and a paparazzi person was pursuing them, and he got really upset and was calling security or calling someone. I mean, they didn't have security with them at that point. So who knows if security is 50 yards behind them, 10 feet in front of them, you know, to the left, to the right, who knows? You just don't know. So stop, okay? She's alive. And people may also forget all those times that she's seen grocery shopping, and I have not seen any security. I don't know whether there's security in the car, I don't know, but she's out and about and is often out and about. And also that time that she went to Sarah Everard's vigil, she was a young lady that was murdered, and Kate attended her vigil, and she was photographed and I think filmed just like this by like an onlooker, and there wasn't security that was seen. And what I find interesting is she looks like she's actually lost quite a lot of weight. I don't know what you think, but she does look like she's lost a lot of weight. Anyway, I'm so thankful of the work that they do for us, and she deserves some rest. And she'll be back when she's fit and ready to be so. So leave her alone. And the more and more stuff they release, it's not going to satisfy anyone. And I'm sick and tired of people saying that the royal family is in chaos, that there's mistrust, that we can't trust the royal family, we can't trust what anything that comes out of there. I mean, for goodness sakes. Anyway, guys, I'm going to stand by what I said in my previous video, and that is that I think there is more of an agenda behind the media push, and especially all this furore in America. There seems to be they seem to be gunning for her and gunning for the royal family. And there's so many broadcasters and commentators and celebrities that have now joined in and started making fun of Kate. And I think that there is more behind this, meaning that there is some kind of agenda, there is some kind of push between fueling this in the media and using the opportunity to criticize and show Kate in a negative light and William in a negative light, and to undermine them and to undermine the royals and to turn the narrative, as it were. So anyway, guys, take care. Please do subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. And please do go watch my other videos. I've posted some other videos about this nonsense of Kate's Photoshop. I've photoshopped, and my photos came out ridiculous, and I didn't even realize that it was so obvious until ages. And I was like, oh no, so many people have seen this, and oh my god, this, the wall in the background is like crooked, and I'm so embarrassed. I need to now delete this. Oh, we all do it. Anyway, guys, take care. Bye.